Hello everyone and welcome to this first video for the Encyclopedia Kickstarter campaign. It has begun.
Finally.
My name is Georgina and I am here with Jamie.
Hey everybody.
And we are going to be talking to you about the campaign, what you can expect over the next 3 weeks, as we are currently March 24th and the campaign will be live until April 14th. Just to let you all know, this video is not filmed live. For technical reasons, we had to pre-film this. However, we
hello from the past.
Yes, hello from the past. We will be replying to you in the comments section of the video, however. We will be there. It will be us. So let us know if you have any questions. And other than that, we're just going to get stuck in.
Go through the motions, as they say.
Absolutely.
Give you guys all the information we think you'll need.
Yes.
If you haven't got it already, because obviously the game has been going around a little bit. There's been loads of reviews. The feedback has been excellent. Of course, if you're here, that doesn't mean forcibly you've seen a lot of that content.
No.
There is links to it on the campaign page. I was going to say below, but we'll be on an update page or on YouTube. So go check out the campaign page. The link will be below. There you go. So you can catch up on that. But we are going to do a quick run through of the gist of it, shall we say.
If it is 2 a.m. and you have fallen down a YouTube rabbit hole that has brought you to this video,
welcome, first of all.
Hello, go to bed.
Yeah.
But also, Encyclopedia is a worker placement game based on dice. So the idea is we are all going to be playing as naturalists working for the Comte de Buffon.
Not naturalists. Naturalists, that's a different game. Always like to specify that one.
Very different game.
Always like to specify that one.
Yeah, naturalists.
Because guaranteed somebody will slip up during this campaign and type naturalist when they should have typed naturalist.
The
and we will all giggle at
the
it.
amount of times we've had to start over filming these videos because I have said naturist instead. Anyway, moving on from my own personal professional shame, an Encyclopedia is a game where you indeed play as naturalists working for the Comte de Buffon, who was the predecessor to Darwin. So we're in the 1700s.
Exactly.
He is about to begin his work of a lifetime, so the creation of Histoire Naturelle, so his Encyclopedia of Natural History. And we are going to be helping him to do that by studying and cataloguing animals from all over the world. So that is the aim of the game. You are going to raise funds at the bank, visit embassies to prepare for expeditions, hire your research team. Then you're going to be choosing the animals you would like to study, going out on big expeditions to study them in their natural habitats, all towards the final objective of publishing your discoveries and becoming the biggest contributor to Buffon's Encyclopedia.
Exactly.
So we're very much in worker placement here. There are 6 areas on the board that we're going to be placing dice on to perform our actions. A dice-based worker placement. A dice placement game.
Yes, technically.
And it also has some elements of set collection at the end. If you are looking to find out exactly how Encyclopedia works, there are more videos right here on our YouTube channel where we discuss exactly how Encyclopedia works, all the different mechanics, the rules, and there are gameplay videos too.
Yep, all of that is also on the campaign page with a downloadable link for the full rulebook if you'd like to check it out into detail, because obviously this was a very rough overview, just so we don't bore you all. And yeah, there you go.
So, yes, this is it. The Kickstarter campaign has begun.
Yep.
And we have got 2 pledge levels for everyone taking part in the campaign. So we have the Scholar Pledge, which is the base level pledge,
that's the one.
which contains the base game, which is everything you see here on the table and more. Not this, but everything else that you see on the table. So that includes, obviously, the base game, which is 1 to 4 players. So the base box contains everything you need to play solo mode.
Exactly. We know you solo players are out there. We do see you, the solo mode is in the base game.
It's here. And there's tons of stuff in the base box. We have 75 gorgeously illustrated animal cards. We have got all the player boards, the tokens, the dice bag. So this, what you can see on the table, is a prototype. The actual dice bag is going to be printed.
Yes, it'd be rather nice.
Yes, fancy. So you can see what that will actually look like on the Kickstarter page. Go ahead, have a look and scroll down. You will find it. There is it's a very generously filled base box.
Just a bit. It even comes with a little bonus as well.
Yes, it does. So for the first edition of Encyclopedia, we are including in the box a little mini expansion called Sepultus Creatura.
Pronounced it on the first go. Well done.
Yes. Yes, we don't have to start the video again. Hooray! So this is actually a little throwback to one of our previous games where we were asked for dinosaurs a lot.
We were asked for dinosaurs a lot in the first museum game.
Yes.
We were asked for dinosaurs a lot in Museum Picture as well.
Which
was a cool idea, but I don't think Michelangelo ever met a dinosaur.
No, there weren't many classical artists out there who painted dinosaurs that I can think of.
No, not that I can think of. But hey, comments below if we're missing somebody here.
Please do tell us if we're wrong.
But anyway, it turns out that during research, for the theme of the game, as it were, people were discovering fossils during the time period that the game takes place in. But shall we say their assumptions of the creatures contained therein were wild. Let's call it wild.
So the entire notion of Encyclopedia obviously is based on reality and historical fact.
Yes.
The authors of the game are history nerds. History nerds. They love all of it. They have made 3 previous games before this one. So Museum, Dominations, Road to Civilization, and Museum Picture. All of them have been very heavily anchored in the idea of we want to give people little tidbits of historical fact to... so the whole game is based on that. The Sepulchre's Creatura Mini expansion is probably some of my favourite board game lore I think that I've come across just yet. Because as Jamie was saying, in the 1700s, people were already finding dinosaur fossils and strange fossilized
was
creatures.
Dinosaurs, so it was a flying platypus or
a unicorn,
a fish with legs. It's quite wild. It's quite wild.
No one was going to contradict you.
No, not really.
So basically, when naturalists at the time were finding fossils like this, they would make an educated guess as to what they thought they had discovered, which was mostly wrong.
Yes, mostly.
But,
mostly.
Again, nobody knew any better, so that
hindsight can be a killer.
Oh,
it really can.
Yeah, for sure. So this mini expansion takes that whole notion and brings it into the game with these special animal cards, which are essentially dinosaur fossils.
Yep,
really.
that's it.
So we have an example of one here on the board, which we've laid out. So there are 6 cards, and they get mixed into the deck of animal cards that you see here. And when they come out during the game, they come onto the board, and they don't quite follow the rules of the rest of the cards.
Not exactly, but they're very close.
Yes.
They are affiliated with no continent, so you can use any coloured dice, but they do require a specific value. For those of you that already read the rules, yes, you can use coins to attain the right value. If you use a lower dice, but you can't drop the value.
Yeah.
That's a little tip there. And effectively, once you have them, you can go out on your expeditions and research them like any other animals, and they act like a joker.
They do.
For categories 1, 2, and 3. And you can only do one, obviously, because you can't say something is both a reptile and a mammal. They weren't that presumptuous back in the day.
No.
Even once again, it was pretty wild. But it allows you, it's a kind of little joker card to buff out some of your different collections.
Exactly. So they cost ever so slightly more than a regular animal card to be studied. But basically you choose. So here we have all 3 options for a type 1. So bird, mammal, and reptile. And basically you choose. You pay 3 in expedition value, and you get to place your cube wherever you like and essentially decide what this creature was. Why would you do that? I hear you screaming into your monitors. Into your monitors.
After a 4 a.m. YouTube binge.
Yeah. Well, basically because these will help you with optimizing your research cube collections at the end of the game. So you are basically going to be able to use them to
the jokers for your collections.
Yeah,
if you're collecting mammals, you want more mammals. You can only research it to do a mammal, but you can get a mammal out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, more importantly, for some anyway, you can deprive your opponents of getting something else.
Absolutely. So they're a fun little addition that we really enjoyed making, and again, based on a bit of history that I was not aware of.
No, they're special. They're special.
Before we made this, so they're really fun. So that is going to be included in the first edition of Encyclopedia only. And that is what you get in the base pledge, which is €49.
Exactly.
And then there's a second pledge level, which is the Naturalist pledge, which includes the base box, all of the aforementioned components, and this. So this little bitty box is an expansion for Encyclopedia. It is called Magna Itinera, and it may look small, but it is...
potent.
Yes, powerful, filled with...
Gaming goodness.
Extra gaming goodness, indeed. So the idea of Magna Itinera is that it contains 3 different modules that you can add to the game as you wish. So we have event cards. So these are going to come and help and hinder.
Yep, depending on which one you draw and when you draw it.
Absolutely. So they can be good or bad depending on how you draw. We have a whole host of new expert cards. So they are slightly more... funnily enough, expert cards are one of the things that all of our playtesters liked best about the game, as they do bring a lot of replayability. So this is even more options, different... they work with the event cards as well, so there's lots to be done there. And the final module is the legendary animals. So we'll be telling you more about those in one of our future videos, but... It pretty much does what you might expect from the name.
Yes. Once again, fun researching not just animals but legendary animals from all around the world.
Yes.
Different continents.
Yes. Different cultures, strange beasts, and versions of the Yeti and the Loch Ness monster, which was great fun to research, and great fun for Joelle to draw.
Yes,
as well.
I think she enjoyed those a lot as well.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 pledge levels.
Yep.
So we've got the basic and the one with the expansion.
Yes.
We're keeping it very simple.
Yes,
because one of the main goals of this campaign is really to, faced with all the complications that are happening in the world, and especially with the production and board game industry, we really want to get this game turned around for you guys as quickly as possible.
Yes.
So what you're seeing here is basically a finish of the game.
Yeah.
Minus a couple of little tweaks and a couple of graphic adjustments. They're kind of like last minute things.
For sure.
But what you're seeing here is the prototype, but we have the factory prototypes. Everything's already been approved. We'll be doing split production between Asia and Europe, which we'll tell you more about later in order to felicitate this. So yeah, one of the main objectives is to really get all of this delivered by the end of September, which is very ambitious. I know some of you might be wondering, but we've learned a lot from the events of the past 2 years. What is time anymore?
Sure.
And we've kind of come up with this thing. We didn't want to overload the campaign with things that would cause it to be late. We'd rather get it out to you guys, a nice, fun, refined product at a good price point. And if you guys like it, we can do some more in the future.
Absolutely.
We'll see what you all think.
Yes,
there you go.
definitely.
So those are the 2 pledge levels. There are no stretch goals yet, but we shall see.
Yeah, we never know.
Always love to have suggestions from you guys. So, feel free to drop them down. And yeah, there you go. It doesn't mean we're not going to be present during the campaign. We have lots to show you. We've got all the animal art. We've got all the fun anecdotes, strategy guides, walkthroughs. Obviously, we're going to be refilming live next time, hopefully, so we can interact and answer your questions directly to show you how all the different little modules and expansions work. So there's plenty to come. But as per usual, would love to hear your comments below. So please feel free.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that's the basic information that you need for the Encyclopedia campaign. I don't think we have too much more to cover.
No.
So hopefully this has been helpful to you. If you are still on the fence perhaps about backing Encyclopedia, then please feel free to go and watch some of our other videos that will give you a better idea. There's tons of reviews on the campaign page, which should hopefully help you through as well. And of course, if you have any questions, we're happy to answer in the comments section.
And of course, at the time of viewing this, if you have already pledged the game, thank you very much.
Yes,
much appreciated.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, yes, we're excited.
Very excited,
I can't wait
yes.
to get stuck in for the next few weeks.
It's been a while since we've done a big campaign.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be back. It's nice to be rolling again in getting things off the ground, as it were.
Definitely.
So we've been working on this one for a while now to get it as ready as possible before launching, once again with the objective of short turnaround. So yeah, it's nice to finally be here.
It is. Thank you again, everyone, and we'll see you all next week for our actually live this time video.
Live.
The live. Take care, and we'll see you next week.